How's my boobs?
Good.
Oh, look.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Got a fever, and the only prescription is more whiskey.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Whiskey Barrel. I'm John.
I'm Callie.
Today we're reviewing fight whiskeys.
Daniel, wanna fight, huh?
I'm buying. What time is it? 5:30, sir.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
They are Irish.
Well,
Irish.
I wish they were Irish. Okay, so. Okay.
All right, so fight whiskeys. These are two Irish whiskeys with some kind of fight theme to market them, whether it be a fighter or a fight. This one being prize fight whiskey.
Ooh, you win the
Yes.
prize when you fight?
Well, everyone was a prize fighter. You fought for a purse or whatever back in the day. So
Prize.
Prize, yeah. you fought.
What was I saying?
So Prize Fight Irish Whiskey, this is Irish whiskey that's sourced from a company in New Hampshire.
Really? Is that close?
Yes, that
Oh,
close.
cool.
Yep. And they blend it, bottle it, and distribute it.
Very
So
cool
this-
label.
Yeah, really, really cool label.
Show the people the label.
Yes.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Wee.
Yeah, two guys squaring off. It is to commemorate a fight that took place 1853, a very famous fight between two Irish fighters, prize fighters, obviously. It was a bare knuckle bout. They fought with just bare knuckles.
Well, in the 1800s, I would assume they bare knuckled back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the London Rules, which is pretty interesting. So there's a few things, and I'll kind of get into it as we go. John Morrissey and Yankee Sullivan, or James Sullivan, two guys that didn't particularly like each other. They were different political parties. So
It was political.
yeah, it's definitely political, yeah. Yankee Sullivan, so think about Yankee or natives. He was backed by William Poole.
Who?
William Poole, he's famous. So let me say this, William Bill the Butcher Poole. You ever see Gangs of New York?
Whoopsie daisy.
Gangs of New York featured the Butcher, who was played by Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, this sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was, kind of a ruthless nut.
What did you say now?
Pretty much.
Crazy guy.
Yeah, so he backed Yankee Sullivan and John Morrissey. John Morrissey was only 23 years old. Yankee Sullivan was in his 40s, or 40 years old.
Seems not a fair fight.
Back in the day, they really didn't care.
Yeah.
Right? They were fighting bare knuckles.
Bare knuckle.
So part of the London Rules, which was pretty cool, there was no time limits in the rounds. So if you
What do you mean?
got knocked down, that was a round. And they gave you 30 seconds to pretty much recover, and then 8 seconds to get to scratch or to the center of the ring.
So stumble it. You have 8 seconds to get your butt back here.
Back to the center of the ring, yeah,
Oh,
see the fist
interesting.
and whatever, yeah. And then,
So this could go like unlimited, like all
yeah,
night long.
yeah. So how long do you think this fight lasted?
In the 1800s, a 20-something-year-old and a 40-something-year-old, probably not. Well, I don't know. You got
It's controversial. So
Wow.
36 rounds.
36 rounds.
There is no time limit. Like I said, just till
What if
somebody
they get knocked down?
Exactly. So somebody got knocked down.
I freaking
So there
like those
there
rules.
was 36. There was 36 knockdowns.
But do you
for that.
know how long it actually was?
Doesn't have it. I tried to look it up. 36 rounds. I mean, that's just.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a very very long fight.
Now, think about it nowadays, all the MMA and boxing matches that we've been to, how many times people have been knocked down. Those things can go a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Long
and
time.
yeah, and what's really interesting about it is because it was so ruthless back in the day, most of the fights were actually broken up because the crowd just started rioting.
Uncle Bob's in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes,
Freaking Uncle Jimmy.
exactly. Yeah,
That's funny.
it's pretty crazy.
No kidding.
Yep. And so these guys definitely did not like each other. Two political parties,
Both Irish?
both Irish.
Oh, jeez.
But Yankee Sullivan.
Doing a little bit of this in the crowd,
Yankees.
a little bit of this.
Yankees.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that...
Laugh at me. I'm funny.
It's definitely a blend of different whiskeys. Pot distilled, triple pot distilled, famous Irish way to distill a spirit. And I'm pretty sure in New Hampshire they are blending it with something, some kind of American, definitely see it. It's in earlier times, Irishmen journeyed to America where they figured their character would resolve most things through fists. Good cork pop.
It's not bad.
Definitely has a distinct.
Oh,
Irish
yeah,
flavor.
that's...
Probably blended with some kind of single malt. It's light in color.
I might not like this.
Yeah, light in color.
Smells American.
You see a glass. You think it smells American?
Smell. Yeah, it's not. It's hard to get it from a actual cork, though. You know.
Well, like I said, light in color.
Really light, like a white wine.
Well, that's the Irish. It's the Irish. The Irish whiskey. Ooh, it's fruity on the nose. Definitely fruit and kind of honey. See, get
Some legs to it, yeah.
Get a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's got kind of like a dried raisin.
I'm gonna. You're feeding me scotchy tasting in this. I know you are.
I love scotch. I love scotch. Scotch.
Yeah, just to kind of reiterate, yeah, Kelly hates scotch.
I just don't like peat.
Yeah.
Like that peaty. I'm a bourbon sweet whiskey, like Kentucky whiskey, bourbon. Like this is like.
So this is actually sourced from the same.
I can smell it
same
already.
Irish whiskey that does West Cork. You see, like West Cork. They
I know,
finish.
yep.
Yeah, they age in finish in bourbon, ex-bourbon casks. Same thing what they do with these.
Oh, I can smell it. All right, here it goes.
Oh yes, I think got a honey.
It's not terrible.
Alcohol forward, honey.
Actually, it's pretty good.
It's got a little bit of that shortbread,
It's
shortbread,
smooth.
shortbread cookie that the Irish whiskeys are really kind of known for.
I wasn't expecting it to be as smooth as it was
Yeah.
from the nose. That's wow.
I'm trying to see what proof it's at. So 43%, so 86
So
proof.
soft
Yeah,
on the
it's
tongue.
subtle. It's definitely subtle. It's got a little bit of smoke to it.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it has a little smoke to it. All right. Oh, I'd rather drink it than smell it.
Yeah, it's
It smells like scotch, but tastes like a smooth whiskey.
yeah, heavy, like kind of like a honey, sweet green tea almost. And it finishes like kind of like a toffee. You got a little bit of wood tannins on it, but it finishes like a toffee.
I get the honey a little bit in there.
Yeah, let's try to open it up with some water, see what it does.
Yeah, please. Because now I'm getting a little bit of that, you know.
You know.
It didn't take away from the smell at all. Sometimes it will bring out more, but I think
That opened it up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I kind of made it a little bit more. I had a little bit more characteristics, more of that toffee, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it kind of made it.
Yeah.
It kind of brought that toffiness out. Yep.
It's so funny how just like a dab of water will change a whole flavor of a whiskey.
Yeah. So back to the fight.
Yes, let's talk more about that
Who
because
won?
I'm not quite sure.
So who won the fight? After 36 rounds.
Oh, okay. So he's 23 and 40, what? That age 20.
Oh, 23 and 40.
And 40.
Yeah, so Morrissey was 23.
I'm going to go with the guy that's 40.
The guy that's 40. Okay.
He's got more experience. He's more hungry as far as this might be his last chance to fight, where the 23 is like, I'm going to go huge in my career if I get this old man.
So it's controversial. There is two different stories. But the story is that Morrissey won because Yankee Sullivan got disqualified. So either Yankee Sullivan knocked out Morrissey and then left the ring right away, like right after, which was against the rules, and he didn't know it. It was against those London rules to leave like a walk-off knockout, like just walk off, like after you knock a guy out and walk.
I've seen
leave the
that
ring.
happen a lot.
Yeah, so you're not supposed to leave the ring. He left the ring. One of the stories is he left the ring. He got disqualified. Morrissey gets the win. Another one is another story is that Morrissey was lifting him up for like to slam Sullivan. And
You
then,
can't do that.
No, back then.
Oh,
the
bare
rules,
knuckle,
You can
yeah.
bare knuckle, and you can
Bite.
sweep, trip. Yeah, you can bite. You can sweep,
do
trip,
whatever you
stuff
want.
like that.
Eye
you can
poke.
Yeah, you could definitely eye
Really?
gouge.
Could you
Yep.
nose poke? Ear
They could
poke?
headbutt. They could headbutt.
Really?
A lot like if you think of Lethaway. It's like kind of like
Yeah.
Lethaway rules.
Yeah.
So he was going to lift him up. He was going to lift Sullivan up, and Sullivan's backers started rushing the ring. And
So-
started causing a riot. And they said that's what was. They disqualified him for that.
They disqualified the guy up in the air because his guys came?
No, exactly. Yeah. So that's
So
two
then,
things.
so who won?
So Morrissey on paper, Morrissey won.
Is he the young guy or the old
He's
guy?
the young guy, yeah. And so another interesting tidbit. So obviously Sullivan was backed by this Bill the Butcher guy, William Poole.
Who?
Whoopsie daisy!
So Bill the Butcher challenged Morrissey to a street fight later on, to which he won.
Ah.
Bill the Butcher won,
Yeah, yeah.
only to be avenged by Morrissey's two of Morrissey's backers later on, and Morrissey's backers actually shot him and left him for dead in the street.
Come on.
Yeah, it
There's no
wasn't-
fair fights.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice place back then.
No.
So pretty interesting stuff. History.
I like that. I like that story.
That's
'Cause
why-
I like fighting,
That's
so-
why, of course, they wanted to make an Irish whiskey out of that. The
Not
whiskey
too
itself
shabby.
is pretty good. I like it.
It's okay.
Not so much. All right, next one. John L. Sullivan.
Ooh.
The Boston Strong Boy.
Ooh,
So
Boston boy,
yeah,
not a New
so-
Hampshire boy.
Yes, exactly. And he was actually, I think he was born in Somerville, and later died in Abington.
I've been to both those places.
Yes, interesting thing too. Peter Barrett fights tonight, and he is from Abington.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Well, this is a good tribute. And notice we have our fight shirts on as well.
Yeah, Hard Knocks.
Go Hard
Gym.
Knocks.
Yeah, Hard Knocks, Everett location and Hyde Park.
And Hyde Park.
Yes, definitely check those guys out. It's always great. John Sullivan, kind of like, it's funny because Boston Strong Boy. Anybody watch like the Joe Rogan podcast with Post Malone the other day? He had this shirt that said Boston Strong Boy.
Yes,
on it.
I saw
That's
that.
John Sullivan. That's what that shirt was
I didn't
about.
even, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So
Learned so much hanging out with you.
yeah, crazy record. He had 51 fights. I want to say he had 38 knockouts, 47 wins, 1 loss, and
One.
1 loss. Yeah, and 2 draws and 1 no contest.
No kidding.
He had a really good record, but he had a crazy upbringing. He loved to get into fights at bars. He loved to drink.
Sounds like most of people in this.
Yeah, his coach.
Area.
Yeah, there's famous stories of his coach actually dragging him out of bars.
Really?
Yeah, to go back to training, and he was just a kind of like just a character, meaning like he just liked to drink and brawl. You know.
I do too. Getting
Yes,
too
he
old
did.
for that
He-
stuff now, so.
Funny, he actually got arrested for fighting in, obviously unsanctioned bouts. Not just like well, I guess it's street fights.
Like
They were getting paid.
basement
There was,
bouts?
there was gambling and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he actually got arrested a few times for that.
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, pretty cool. You get this cool picture on the
I
back,
love that. I already noticed that
and
earlier.
you can see like that's what they were.
This
it was
was
just
in
a
the
rope.
backyard. There's grass.
Yeah,
They're
look at
literally
yeah. Check that out.
in the grass and fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. See, again, Irish whiskey, triple distilled, bourbon cask aged. It's probably the same West Cork. I looked into this. I couldn't find where they sourced it from, but probably West Cork. West Cork's known for
Are
it.
you sure it's sourced? How do you know?
It is sourced, yeah. Boston.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's distributed from a distributor in New York.
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
So they make it in Boston, distributor in New York,
Mm-hmm.
and we got it in Braintree. What's all this about? Nice little stories.
Yeah, no, that's from the prize fight. That's different.
I know. I like the little photos.
They got little like drinks.
Cocktails too. They give you little ways to mix it. Bare knuckle old fashioned. Very cool. Love the old fashioned. Sporting man's mule.
Yeah, that's pretty
Very
cool.
cool. I like
yeah.
the old pictures. This is nice.
Yeah, it's different on the nose. Might not be so.
Oh, this is way better than the last one. It's not scotchy on the nose. God, I hope it doesn't taste scotchy.
I get
Oh no, that's good.
I get
Yeah.
some, like kind of like a little bit of like tea, like English tea.
I get that.
Yeah.
I do get that.
Like all tea leaves.
Yep, I do get that.
Definitely get some alcohol. Get some wood tannins.
It's harder for me to nose this like as much as it is the sweeter kinds, the bourbons.
That's sweet forward. And finishes.
It does smell good. It's not too alcoholic.
Not at all. That's sweet forward, and it kind of finishes with a spice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that has the shortbread cookie right on the.
Oh, right away. Oh wow, that's really
This
good.
is just typical 80 proof.
Wow, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan of that.
Let's open it up.
I get a lot of vanilla too.
I don't really need the water. I just want to see what it does to it.
No, you don't. You don't need it. I love these pictures. This is a great label. Imported. That's the part that product of Ireland, but yet it's not from. Is it actually from Ireland? It says imported.
It has to be made in Ireland, just like Scotch. Scotch
Do
has to be made
they?
in Scotland.
Can you source from Ireland?
Yeah, you can source it from as long as it was made in Ireland or distilled in Ireland. You
Can
call
you
it Irish
still?
whiskey.
You can still call it Irish.
That's what they just did.
Shut up. But because I knew that Irish whiskey, to be called Irish whiskey, could only be from Ireland. But I didn't know that you could source from
Oh,
there.
absolutely. Yep. Yeah, just like you can source a Kentucky bourbon, but you
Well,
can't.
that's
it has
a
to be
different.
made-
Well,
it has
that's
to
the
be made-
U.S.
Yeah, but it has to be made in Kentucky.
I thought Ireland had stricter rules. That's all.
They have less rules, so they
No,
can.
no. As far as never mind.
As long as it's made in Ireland, anybody can buy it and sell it and put Irish whiskey on it as long as it was made in Ireland.
Gotcha.
Fuck you too.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's really full, like sweet forward, and the spice kind of finishes like a black pepper.
Ah, it's such a nice
Black pepper
coating.
at the end and some wood tannins. Yeah.
Not even. I don't even get the pepper on the back. I do get some of the wood. I get pepper more forward than in the back, but
Yeah,
that's really smooth.
You ever had like sweet tea and you dip your cookies in it and eat the
You
cookies?
know I have.
And that's what I think. That's what it.
I grew up doing that.
Yeah, it's great.
My grandparents.
Yeah,
Always teas and cookies. Little what is it, shortbread cookies?
Yeah, they're great.
I like this a lot. I do.
So who do you think won
You already told me who won.
out of these? No, these guys.
Oh, these guys.
Jake Kilrain and John Sullivan.
John Sullivan.
Oh, he's on the bottle, so you kind
That's why I would say John Sullivan.
76 rounds in almost 3 hours.
76 rounds.
Almost 3 hours. Imagine.
I
what
would
that must have
hate
been
to have been the photographer shooting that fight.
like. Yeah,
Can you,
exactly.
yeah. Oh my God. Battery
so How
changes.
he won though was Jake Kilrain's cornerman threw in the sponge, not the towel. He threw the sponge in because he thought he would have fought to the death. Like he thought he was going to die.
So he might have been pretty beat up.
Exactly, yeah. And then John Sullivan will go on to have kind
He
of
threw
a
a
tragic.
sponge. Like just oh God, someone, give me
needed
something to
something.
throw in.
Oh,
Oh, you have a sponge? Ringside? Give me that sponge. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And making
yeah,
sure they
yeah.
weren't eating and drinking too good. Like I said, John Sullivan was known to be a drinker, and kind of had a tragic end. Got overweight. Had heart problems and stuff like that. Yeah.
really?
But he adopted it. He adopted a son and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So kind of a crazy life, crazy story.
How do you know so much stuff about stuff?
The whiskeys, both the Irish whiskeys, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
I'm gonna favor that one.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
But what's sweeter? And you like a sweet. I actually like the Prize Fake better.
Yeah, we have a little different palate, but I feel like for myself, for what the flavors and stuff that I like, that's a go-to. It's very smooth. Big fan. I would buy that and drink it.
Yeah. All right.
That one, it's beautiful. I just, not for my palate.
Yeah.
Definitely for yours.
Yeah, I think we got West Cork before and you didn't like it, and this is the same company.
I thought you said we had gotten this before and I didn't like it.
We have, yeah, and you didn't.
Oh, well, I've advanced in my
I don't
tannin.
think we got it. We
my
drank it
stuff.
somewhere. We drank it. We were at an Irish pub, and they probably had it open and sitting around for a while.
It got a little stale, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, because it's 3 hours.
Well, I like it fresh.
Yeah. So thanks you guys for watching. Go Peter Barrett tonight.
Good luck, buddy.
Yes, I'm a fan of this. she's a fan of that. Both of them pretty good whiskeys. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe to the page to stay up to date with more reviews because we have a ton more to come.
Oh, yeah. Drink whiskey.
Yeah, here's to fighting and drinking. You already drank. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button to stay up to date with new episodes.